Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'd like to welcome everyone in here tonight with Straight from the Hip. My sister, why do you hate
Hello.
me? Hey, I have a guest. I have two guests with me tonight. Y'all bear with me with this camera. I don't know what's going on with it. Okay, so I have Princess Faith with us tonight, and I
Hello,
have Felicia
everybody.
Butler. Is there like a delay, Princess? Is it like a delay, Felicia?
No, I can hear
Okay. Okay, well, again, welcome Princess Faith and Felicia Butler and Son tonight on Straight from the Hip. My sister, why do you hate me? This is a show for women empowerment, supporting and promoting our Black sisters, entrepreneurs, owner operators, and so on and so on. Um, so, first off, I just want to introduce Princess. Um, she's an author. Also, she is the owner and operator of Crown Care Hair Products Hairline, and then Kinky Couture,
Yes,
uh, luxury lingerie and loungewear.
yes,
Hey,
yes.
now, luxury lingerie and loungewear and swimsuit. Um, Princess, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Like just a little bit of just an intro of your background, a little bit.
Well, I got into entrepreneurship through nursing. I have an all-female towing and logistics company, which is two motor queens, and I had a truck go down. So as I had a truck go down, that's actually how I got into selling hair. Was I sold some hair, realized it was a great business. So I started my businesses from there, have opened the multitude of them. I am a nurse by profession first.
Okay, sounds good. Did I read that right? Where it says a mother of nine?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Tell us a little bit of how it is
That
to
is
be
the
a
best
mother of
accomplishment I
nine
have.
and to be an entrepreneur.
Oh, I have to be. Like when those first couple of went through college, I realized it was going to take more than that nursing paycheck.
Wow, yeah, I guess that's true. That's true. So you said that you came up with the hairline, and so what made you come up with Kinky Contour?
Well, when my daughter was modeling the hair, so as we do pictures for her hair, it just dawned on me one day that every day that we're promoting the hairline, we are also promoting other people's clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing was, we're not getting paid to do promotions for these people. So why not come up with our own line? And it started off
Right.
with I didn't want a clothing line because everybody has one. So I created the swimsuit line first. And I wanted to make something for thick girls and that was affordable. And, that would be cute. So I started there. But then from there, it branched off into lingerie. Men started making requests. So that's where we got the loungewear from. So it just grew from that.
Okay. Okay. So, so what? Other than well, you said you had nine kids, and that was pretty much your motivation. But what inspired you to become the author of your book "In the Shade of the Apple Tree"?
Well, that actually I had the desire to do that from 2009 is when I actually first received the title. And I just remember being in my kitchen cooking one day and the Lord gave me that title and the
Mm-hmm.
content of what it should be about. It was just in my disobedience that it was so late, being manifested. So, I, about 2 years ago, got real serious about writing the book and went ahead and completed it. And basically, what it is a urban novel, and it really like transcends all backgrounds. And I touch on a
Mm-hmm.
lot of things from child trauma, molestation, um, from teen violence to domestic violence. Just a multitude of things are covered in that book. And it
Mm-hmm.
basically talks about all the things that in families happen, but we don't publicly or openly talk about so that we could properly heal from.
Right. Okay. That sounds like a really good book. So with that, All of that, how do you manage it all?
Honey, through grace. But no, I tell people all the time, my life runs on cat naps. That is the reality of entrepreneurship.
Yeah, that's
It
true.
is not a, it's not like a quick way out from a job. I call myself the 9 to 5 dropout. But however, as a 9 to 5 dropout, I am working 25/8 to make things happen and make things possible.
Okay, that's a lot. Because I know that I do a
Oh
lot
yeah.
too, but sometimes when you sit back and you listen to things that other people are doing, and I don't have any kids, and so you guys are pulling this off, and you're having children, and all. I mean, so that's even more inspiring to me. That keeps me going because I feel like I don't have any kids, so there's no excuse for me not to be successful. So,
Hmm.
okay, and so we're gonna come back to you, Princess. We're gonna jump over to Felicia Butler and Son with Sun Kiss Products. So, Felicia, just give us a little bit of background about yourself.
Okay. Hi. I'm Felicia. My son is Caleb. We are the owner and operators of Sunkiss Products. My profession, my career is my background is human resources. I have about 20 years in human resources. We started the Sunkiss Products. My son actually pitched the idea of Sunkiss Products. He had a desire to start his own lip balm line, so he brought it to me, pitched the idea. We talked about it. I did some research, prayed about it, um, and so we started doing research on the particular lip balm, and so it actually we incorporated the beard products. So we sell also have beard. We have a beard line. So we have beard balm, beard oil, the comb and brush for the beard line. So after that, we actually started. I started researching a lot about sugar scrubs, body scrubs. So I started doing a lot of research on that, knowing our culture doesn't know a lot about exfoliating. So we started doing a lot of research on that, and then started incorporating the body scrubs and sugar scrubs. So now we're also into the retail. So we have fedoras. We're selling fedoras and scarves and stuff. Exactly. Yeah. So we're selling. So we're also into the retail side now. That is fall. So we're doing scarves, neck earrings, and fedoras.
Okay, so you said your son's story was kind of got the idea, but um, you took it a little further. So, what was the inspiration and motivation behind that?
Being a single mom, and Caleb is my everything. Caleb is a miracle baby. He was born at 4 pounds, and so being at the age of 6 when he pitched the idea, which would inspire me. So anything that I can do to help him be successful, of course, as a mother, I want to do that. So being the financial part of supporting him in his dream inspired me to incorporate the other items. So anything that he really wants to put his mind to, and he can be diligent about doing it, or being consistent in it, I'm gonna support him. So it was actually his inspiration that caused me to be the master brain behind the research and all. Mastermind behind the research and all.
That is what's up.
Yeah.
So we have a small boss behind you.
And he is that.
Okay, okay. Well, as okay, so hence the title of the show. My sister, why do you hate me so much? It stemmed off the fact that we as Black women who do push ourselves to do more, to be business owners, to be successful in some shape, form in our life, we tend to encounter that negative side of not having that support from our sister. So, where was I mean? I'm gonna start with you, Princess. How has that been for you with dealing with, with you trying to do all that you have done when you first started out to where you at now? What your experience have been.
I can say in the very beginning, I was naive to the fact that I needed to reach outside my circle for support. And so my lack of support wasn't so much that it wasn't coming from other Black women or just women, period. My lack of support was more so from my inner circle in the beginning. However, as I continued to grow and continued to build companies, continued to build my children company, I always thank God was favored to have other women in my circle, in my life, who was pouring into me, who was investing into me and my vision, and for just nothing other than to just see me make it. So I come from the side of the spectrum that I was blessed to have that. And as I did begin to make it, that's when the people who were initially in my inner circle, meaning like family or close friends, that's when they got on board when they saw everything else taking off.
Okay. So, so again, it's kind of like the basis of this show is to just to say to kind of reflect on we really do need each other.
Mm-hmm.
We really do, and how important it is if we can support each other. Because they say that it's hard for a black man in this world. It's just as hard for a black woman in this world.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're being our own worst enemy, it's even harder because men are not like us as women. They can come together and they can support each other, but as women, we have that harder. And I was telling some. I think it was the ladies that on the radio where I was saying the older I get, the more I want to connect with women and females. My whole life has been a bunch of guys, been around a bunch of men. Men always supported me. I never really had female friends or female support. But it's like the older that I have got, I feel the need for that. And and Princess, and you just pretty much kind of confirmed that. Um, Felicia, what has been your experience?
Wow, it can be challenging. Just from my experience, to piggyback on what Princess said, God put people in your path, especially when He give you that seed or that dream to manifest. He will put people in your path. So, I have successful entrepreneurs that push me, that drive me, that give me, the business side. We're fairly new into this. Caleb and I both had no idea about entrepreneurship. I'm just being honest with you, but thank God that He placed people in our path that show us the direction to take. Different ways to research. I got out there and I was doing a lot of research. It was like Princess says, many a nights. I can't even tell you the last time I had an 8 hour night rest. So you're up late night, early morning, trying to make sure that you're getting as many hours I put in on a job. I try to put that same amount of hours in into my business, and it takes working weekends, and it takes working those late nights, and when you don't have that support, the physical side, but you have people that God put in your path to tell you this is what you need to do, or this is the route to take when you're doing that, and they generally have your best interests at heart. But it's not always those that support you. It's not won't be your family until they actually see the business come to full fruition of knowing that you are successful and they want to be part of
Right.
things like that. And I don't blame them, and I don't get upset with them, because I believe God will put people in your life that He want to be part of your
Yes.
and to push you and to drive you, to be good at what you do. So you can't. It's just like that. You can't trust everybody with your baby. Anyway, I can't leave Caleb with everybody. Just like the dream that God gave me, I can't trust everybody with that dream. That's something I got to hold near and dear to me.
Right.
But as Princess said, God will put people in your path, and He will, give you what you need. It's a lot of, researching. It takes a lot of researching and seeing, what's good for your company, because what works for me may not work for the next person.
Exactly.
So we just got to make sure that whatever God trusted us with, that we're being good stewards over that, because that is our baby. And, and like Princess said, it comes with a lot of consistency and being diligent, and knowing what you really want, because in the end, my goal is to win. And
Right.
a successful African American, it's hard out here for us because we're in competition not only with another ethnicity group, we're in competition with our own, because the moment they see something that you, like I said with the sugar scrub, a lot of people, our community didn't know a lot about exfoliating. They didn't know about, that piece of it. And the moment they see you put it out there, they want to piggyback and thinking. But my
Yeah.
thing is, my pastor always tell me, it can be 100 McDonald's on the corner. If God ordained for you to be a McDonald, they're gonna come. Your clientele gonna be here. And I'm a firm
That's for
that,
real.
if that's something God gave you, He gonna give you favor over that, and He gonna send the people. You just be consistent and continue to do what God has placed, in your hands to do. Because if I'm a firm believer, if you do exactly what He tell you to do, everything else is gonna line up, and I stand on that.
That is so true. That is so true. I know one thing that I had to learn, and it's because I've always been a person with so many ideas. My creativity is through the roof, and I come up with all these things, but I've never. It took me to be in a traumatic situation, relationship, and that's why I'm such a big advocate for domestic violence. Um, it was when I survived that and came out of that I was like, okay, I gotta live. I took some time off and I got me together, and but when I got into the industry of modeling, and the modeling opened up the doors to the radio, and doing the podcast and everything, I was just so excited. And I would sit down and I would tell people about, oh, I want to do this with the show, I want to do this with the modeling, I want to do this and this. And then it was so disappointing that people would take your ideas and run with it, because they might have the resources that you don't have at that time,
Right.
or they might have the money that you don't have at that time. So what I learned in this is that make your moves in silent and let your actions speak loudly.
Mhm.
So I definitely
Yes.
had to learn that. So yeah, it was trying. So at this moment, we're just gonna go ahead and go to a commercial break. You guys, please tune back in. We'll be right back.
Are you tired of bad hair days, dry, damaged hair, and lackluster curls? We know the struggle is real. Earth's Nectar Hair Care is here to bring life back to your hair and take you from struggle to shine. Offering organic, cruelty-free hair care options, we focus on giving you salon quality with multi-use products to save time, money, and shelf space. Visit our website today at www.earthsnectar.com for thicker, stronger, healthier hair. And don't forget to mention Stunner Radio at checkout.
Mhm.
Welcome back. Welcome back. This is your girl, Shybella, the rose that grew from the concrete.
Mhm.
And straight from the hip. My sister, why do you hate me so much? Again, my guest for tonight is Princess Faith and Felicia Butler. Princess Faith is the author of In the Shade of the Apple Tree. She is also the founder, owner, operator of Crown Care Hair and Kinky Couture luxury lingerie, loungewear, and swimsuit. I love saying that. And then we got Felicia Butler and Son of Sun Kiss Products. I'm gonna have to check out your line, your Kinky Couture luxury lingerie.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're
I'm
okay.
telling you,
So
you will
tell us
not
where
be
we can find
disappointed.
your. I won't. So tell us where we can find your stuff at.
We have right now. We have it up on Instagram at Kinky Couture College. It's pretty much set up like how a Victoria's Secret is. We have for the average, well, by industry standards, average size women. We have the plus size line, and we also have the teen line for like college kids called College Kinky. So that's on Instagram at Kinky Couture College. The book is on Instagram at In the Shade of the Apple Tree. You can find that on Instagram. My official Instagram is Couture Creatives underscore official.
Okay. Okay. So I'm interested. The book In the Shade of the Apple Tree.
Mhm.
So tell us a little bit more about that.
Okay. Well, first of all, the reviews have been amazing. when I first dropped it independently in January, it was a lot of feedback from people who were comparing it to the coldest winter ever. And so, I took that as a major compliment. And what I did was the whole entire book is based off true life events that took place. And I've always been vocal in my family, so I wasn't the one who believed in perpetuating generational curse. I believed in destroying them, and that was just my outlet of healing, but also putting my story in play to allow other women or other people to get at least a glimpse of what it looks like to be victimized, and hopefully have it be healing and motivational for others.
Okay. Um, are we losing footage with Princess? Okay. Well, let's just jump over to Felicia Butler and again. Okay. So my next question was going to be about anytime you start out with a new business venture. I mean, just starting a business or just trying to just even have like a type of hustle or anything. It's we know that it comes with a lot of trials. It is not easy. You have to really be motivated, inspired. You have to have someone behind you that is pushing you, because there's going to always be a moment where there's going to be like the forces are against us. So, what moment did you have where it just felt like nothing was working, it wasn't going according to plan, and you almost wanted to give up, but something kept you pushing, and that's why Sun Kids Products is successful today?
Wow. Knock on wood, I haven't gotten there yet. I see my baby every day. He's my inspiration. And at the end of the day, with this pandemic that's going on, we can't rely on everything, or we never know, even with the job situation. So he is my inspiration, and I've never been a quitter. I don't care. If I got my money involved, I'm not quitting. And I'm at the point where I have quite a bit of money invested, and I can't, give up. I can't stop, because if I do, I will fail him, and that's not my desire to, fail him. It's his dream. He started it all, and it was all God. So when he presented the idea, I just knew there's something that I had. If he had the as a 6 year old had the idea of doing it, I couldn't help but to support him. Being a single mom, it takes a lot to raise, especially our young black men. It takes a lot, especially going through what we're going through nowadays. So I want him to know that he can do anything that anybody else can do. He put his mind to it, and as long as he's consistent, and like I say, he's my inspiration, and I can't quit. I can't give up because I fail him, and that's not my desire to fail him. I'm all he has. He all I got. So we're
I
in,
hear you.
we're in it, and at this point, ain't no giving up. I know that's not the correct grammar, but ain't no giving up.
Well, exactly, exactly. And also, you know that there's power in the words now, Felicia.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
you can't say, I'm not there yet. Yeah, you're there. You're already there. Because
No,
every
just as
day,
far as the giving up part,
oh, okay, okay. I thought you
pride.
said the successful part.
No,
Because I'm like,
success.
wait a minute. Because
Yeah,
I see you pushing and you push hard on social media.
I
So,
do.
and I see you get your customers and your client. And every day I was like, well, how much is that one? And what color does that one come in? So,
I
yeah,
be on it.
so you get, you just have to already think it, you know, um, it's power in our words. And you can't have that negative energy and that negative talk, because you can kill your own self.
Yeah, but no, when I said I'm not there, I mean the part of giving up. Now, as far as
Right,
I tell myself when I wake up in the mirror, I use Kareem Hawthorne as my my power song. So unstoppable is my favorite song. So we're at a point where we can't. We all we have, and if we give up, we don't have nothing to fall back on.
right,
This
right,
this is it for us. It's make it.
right,
There's not another.
right.
There's not another option out there for us. This gotta be it.
Yeah.
So.
That's true. Um, Princess, the question was is that we know that anytime you're trying to start anything, especially something positive or something to better yourself, to better your situation, that we have these attacks, we have all these trials that come against us. So I was asking her, like, at that moment when those trials were coming so hard, and you had a mindset to want to give up, or that it's not working the way that I thought it was going to work, or it's, you know, what was the drive that made you keep going with it?
Well, for me, I would have to say it's my faith. I developed my strong faith early on in life, and a lot of that is talked about and covered in the book. Where I went through a really traumatic childhood. I went through, as an early adult, a really severely traumatic DV experience myself, and my faith has just always been unshakable. Through everything, it was just rooted in me that I knew God had better. So yes, I'm human. So there's been moments I've cried and I'm like, God, you know, how strong do you think I am? I've had those moments, but after I'm done crying, then I know like it's back to business because I know God has me. And I always say that long as I follow God in the footsteps of God, I'm gonna follow right to my
Amen.
destiny. So I know I'm gonna be okay.
Amen. Amen. Anything you foundate on God and prayer is gonna be successful. Has to be successful. And I'm really big on that. Like I said, now the older that I get, the more I don't even know how to say it. I guess crave for more relationship with women, boss women, entrepreneur women. You know, even just that good girlfriend to have girls' night out with. Because you know, my whole entire life has just been nothing but guys, and I want to have females to support me as well as I support them. And also, you know, maybe I can help. You know, if we can get outside of ourselves, some of us that, you know, feel like we got to compete with each other all the time, and dislike each other because you're not where I'm at, or you think that I think I'm better than you. And you have to know where I come from first. And that's why I
Mm-hmm.
said sometimes if some of these women would just take the time to come talk to some of the women who have pushed past some of these obstacles to become a better woman, you know, a more entrepreneur woman, you know, successful in their, you know, whatever adventures that they put forth, you know, we might be able to help you. We
Mm-hmm.
might be willing to help you. You know, it says that we're here to be helpers one to another. I mean, that's what I read, and that's what I was always taught. And so, and I know if we can support each other and push each other and promote each other, that we can go a whole lot further because it's power. Black women are powerful, but we are like extremely powerful together.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So,
That I believe.
um, yeah, of
And
course,
I
Princess,
know
you
I'm
have to
gonna
say
Power and unity. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Oh,
it's,
it's
go ahead.
power. I'm
Oh,
a
I'm
firm
sorry.
believer. It's power and unity. It's power and unity. And
it
the
is.
Bible says if one could put 1,000 flight, two
I
can
was
put
saying,
ten
get ready to say
thousand.
that.
Come on here. Let's get together.
Exactly.
Join. And I'm a firm believer of support. Support not
Exactly.
I don't care what you're selling. If you're selling some fake toenails, and if I can support you, I might not put them on
Exactly.
my feet, but
I'm
I'm
a
gonna buy
Yeah,
some.
I'm gonna buy some just to support
I'm
you.
a
Amen.
believer that I believe sowing into because the Bible say God gives seed to the sower. And if he
Hmm.
can take my seed and multiply it by me sowing into
Amen.
somebody else's life, I'm game for it. And
Yeah.
just the other day I put something on Facebook. If you see a king or queen doing that thing, support them. If you're in a position to
Support
do so,
them.
support them. And I believe, they just need that one person to say, you can do it. I don't care if it's a word. If you tell them, hey, I see what you're doing, and I'm glad that you're doing it, um, that's me, and that's all because that's all it took for me. Somebody that's saying they believed in me,
Exactly.
and that was, my son came to me, and then when he talked to me, and I went to a very successful person and said, "This is, give me some feedback." And he was like, "Felicia, I've been telling you can do this. That's all I needed to hear, And once I
Hmm.
sent me an email giving me some background, and then it started off from there. And I mean, I'm a firm believer in support
Yeah.
our communities. I'm pro black.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, Princess.
Oh, well, no, what I was going to say was as far as like the sisterhood and the unity, that's something that I myself, as an entrepreneur, has always desired, and did not find early on. But I have like friends in the hair industry, friends in lingerie, friends in, because I do radio promotions too. So in the industry, all of those things who, when I tell you the circle is like so amazing, so filled with love. But I've always been the type of person who I've never believed there was a such thing as an insignificant encounter. I believe every encounter you
Yes.
have with another human being, it was purpose for your life to cross theirs. I don't care if it's the cashier at the grocery store. Then I'm going to speak something positive or life into them because you don't know why God allowed you to cross that path. And for
Right.
myself, um, mine at one point I was working for Miss Lynn Harless, and I don't know if you know who she is, but she's Justin Timberlake's mother,
Mm-hmm.
and she is so funny. She's so down to earth, so down to earth. And I remember sitting at her table when I first finished my book, and she telling me, you know, Princess, it wasn't by chance that you were brought here to work. Um, and me and her had a talk. And I remember her asking me, because I was saying like how I want my book launch, and she was like, well, what do you need? And I started laughing and I said, what do I need or what do I want? Those are two separate things. So she goes, what do you need? And then she began to just pour into me. And when I tell you I learned more from Miss Harless business wise than I had learned in these leadership entrepreneur classes I was paying for. And some of my colleagues that I was going to before my circle was built, and asking simple things like, hey, who's your hair supplier? I had them trying to charge me like $300 for the vendor list. I didn't say
Mhm.
anything because I knew where God was taking me. And I knew that was going to
Right.
be a regret on the other end for them. So
Right.
when I just declined to get it from them, and I kept
Yeah.
following God, and God put somebody in my path. Um, Actually, by way of Miss Harless. Miss Harless was always connecting me with her connects so that I could go further. And I didn't have to pay a penny for the vendors, and got some of the best vendors out there. And so
Mhm.
when I did, and I started selling the hair that nobody had out, and I was selling HD lace before other, private people were selling HD lace, then this same girl came back to me wanting to know my vendor.
Yeah.
And needless to say, I had to tell her that come at a price now. So,
Yes.
and it wasn't about being petty, but it was about this is a business, and I treat people. I'm not gonna say the way that they treat me because that wouldn't be accurate. I still try to treat people in love and with
Yes.
God's heart, but at the same
Mhm.
time, I'm also not a fool. And
Yeah.
I am a firm believer in do not cast your pearls before swine. And so, the
That
same way
part.
that you did not see fit to help lift me up, then my thought process was, why did you think you were privileged enough to now be in this circle
Exactly.
and partake of the fruits of this labor? And it's like I had to pay a price to get in here, whether that price was sleepless nights, working from 7 p to 7 a, getting off, not going to bed to 4 to take a 30-minute nap to get back up because I'm working my business between shifts. I paid a price. That price came at missing my kids' basketball games, sometimes things. It was all a price. And so for her, where when I came to her in the beginning, just as a sister who knew I could help her, because I knew the connections that I had, then she didn't see fit to help me. So when the tables were turned, not that I wouldn't have helped her, but that help was going to come at a price because you put
Yes.
that price on me.
Hmm. I definitely agree with you on that. I don't know if you've ever seen, because I'm big on that and I post all the time. In order to get support, you must first present yourself as a supporter. And
Mhm.
because some people want you to support them in everything they do, but they'll never give you that support in return. And that's why, like when I
Mm-mm.
post about the shows that's coming up, or even the little products that I try to push, and I put on there, I said share. Um, it helps. I said you can support the support won't even cost you a dime. It won't. I mean, the support is free. Just share it. You know, if you can just share it to your page, that's free support. It shows me that you support. And so some people won't even do that, but then they want to tag you in everything they got going on. No, don't tag me. Like I had a young lady get in my box the other day, and immediately she was talking about, you can buy this and you can buy this for me, and then you can put this on your show. Hold up. That's not how this works. That's not how this works. Well, I'm trying to get 100 women by the end of the year.
Right.
I said, no, I'm not interested in your product. And so she's like, oh, well,
Right.
I mean, you boss. I see you making boss moves, but even bosses get tired sometimes and need energy. I was like, girl, bye. Get out
Yeah.
of my inbox.
Yes.
But then today, since I am doing this, my sister, you know, this women empowerment, I inboxed her back this morning, and I told her, I said, you know, I want to apologize to you for the way I came at you. I said, but I don't know if you knew this or not, but your tactic is tacky. I said, now if you want me to help you, I will help you, but let's talk about it this way. And she's like, well, I'm so sorry. And I didn't mean to offend you. And, you know, and all that. Cause she's like, yeah, I'm trying to get 100 women, that want to, 100 women to lose weight and to get fit and healthy and trim. Okay. So, you think that that's a good idea that just because you look at a person and you assuming because they're, plus size or heavy or whatever, you assume immediately that they want your product. You know, that's not how it works. And so, yeah, so that's why I told her, I said, that's not how it works. You can't just jump in my inbox and assume that I want to lose weight because it'll make me feel like you're trying to demean me. Like, because you don't know. I said,
Right.
because for one, I'm a plus size model. So there's nothing about me that says I want to lose weight. I don't even post anything to make you feel like I want to lose weight or that I'm not positive. And I said, and I am a perfect bill of health. I said, so your tactic was tacky. I said, you just can't jump into people inboxes like that because then you make people not even want to support you. And she was like, okay, well, I'm sorry. And so we had a long little talk. So by the end of the conversation, I will be interviewing her at the end of November to help her promote her line her healthy line that she's trying to push. But it's a way to do everything. But again, I felt like, okay, I'm being really big on this women empowerment. And I need to go back to her because then it's like it's double standards, um, so
Right.
and I cleaned it up and made it right, but because I'm really really big on this
Right.
women empowerment, we need to support and promote each other, and that's what I told her. I said, and you support me, I support you. That's just the way it works. So at this moment, we're gonna go to another commercial break, and we'll be right back, and then we'll get ready to start concluding our show. Y'all stay tuned.
Hey, it's your girl Lisa Dene, and I want to tell you about my book of the month, Dating in the Age of Narcissism, a Woman's Survival Guide by Kimberly Michelle. If you're like me, you've experienced the ups and downs of the dating scene, and you may have gotten a bit discouraged. Don't give up. Kimberly Michelle is your new go-to girlfriend for dating advice. Purchase your copy today and get the relationship you want and desire. Available now on Amazon, or visit her Facebook page, Dating in the Age of Narcissism, and be sure to leave a review and tell her Stunner Radio sent you.
Welcome back. If you're just now tuning in, I am your host, Shybella, the rose that grew from the concrete. I have tonight with me Princess Faith and Felicia Butler. Princess Faith, again, is the author of In the Shade of the Apple Tree. She's also the founder of Crown Care Hair and Kinky Kouture. We have Felicia Butler and Son, the founder and owner and operator of Sun Kids Products that has joined me on tonight. So we getting ready to wrap it up. We're running out of time. So Princess Faith, I just want you to go over again, like where can we find you on all your social media? What are all your social media handles, the platforms that you promoting on, or where someone can go out and get your products and support you? And also inbox
Okay.
me that at the end of the show.
My products is via Instagram. So the book can be found. The link, Amazon link, is on the Instagram for the book is In the Shade of the Apple Tree. Also with the lingerie is Kinky Couture College. And my official Instagram is Couture Creators _official.
Okay.
And
Felicia?
in conclusion, just
Oh,
remind
I'm sorry.
everybody, make sure they vote tomorrow.
Okay. Okay. Felicia.
Okay, so we have a social media. We have a Instagram page which is Sunkiss Products at Instagram. We have Sunkiss Products on Facebook. So it's at Sunkiss Products. We also have a Gmail account. You can email us sunkissproducts at gmail.com. We also have a website through Square. All that information is listed as well on the both social media websites. So we also have, you can reach us by our telephone number, which is 469-431-0133. So we have several avenues for you to reach us when you're trying to take a look at what we have or even trying to place an order.
Okay, okay. And so, and the last and the final closing is, ladies, okay, and Princess, again with you. What would you give women to, what good vittles or that word of knowledge that you can give to a woman who's trying to start out with her own business and trying to be successful and trying to execute a business? What would be your inspiration or encouraging
Uh,
words to that woman?
the most important inspiration or tidbit I could give any woman is do not be afraid to say no and set boundaries very early on. Your vision is your vision. And with that being said, do not allow anybody who's unable to see your vision compromise what your vision should be. So say no, set boundaries, and stay consistent. And always keep God first, and you're going to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Felicia.
Same thing. Keep God first. That's my initial how we become successful is keeping God first. The other thing is don't trust anybody else with your baby. You know what you want, you know your vision, and don't allow someone who's not successful tell you how to be successful. So I learned that on, people always have advice of what you should do when they don't have anything. I'm a firm believer of knowing I got to see what you're doing in order for you to give me advice. So if you don't have a husband, you can't tell me how to be a wife. So that's my thing. If they don't have a business, they don't have, or if they're not successful in a business, I can't take advice from you. I got to have some advice from someone that's already doing it. So
Yes,
that's my thing.
that is true. That is true. Well, I'd like to thank you ladies for coming on tonight, Princess and Felicia. We have really had good
Thank you.
conversation. I enjoyed having you women on here tonight. And again, everyone who's joined in, this is Princess Faith, author of In the Shade of the Apple Tree, founder and owner of Crown Care Hair and Kinky Couture, and Felicia Butler and son of Sun Kids Products. And so that we're getting ready to close our night. And to sum it all up, I just want to close out that if you believe and have faith, you can go anywhere and you can be anybody and you can do anything because only through and with God, all things is possible. You just have to believe. And so, with that being said, I want to say good night. Thank you again. I was your host, Shybella Rose, the rose that grew from the concrete. Y'all have a good night.